What the hell did you do before you did whatever the hell you do now?
I was in a boy band.
Hey, what's up everyone? Paul from Grindhouse Funhouse. Trouble Man, not to be confused with the 1972 blaxploitation classic starring the cool as ice Robert Hooks, with the soundtrack by none other than Marvin Gaye. No, this is Michael Jai White's Trouble Man. It's his fourth time in the director's chair and also his fourth direct-to-video movie this year. He also stars in it alongside Cliff Method Man Smith, that's how I finally learned his real name, Michael's wife Gillian White, Mike Epps, Orlando Jones, and Lala Anthony. What's it about, you may ask? Well, I will tell you. Michael Jai White plays Jaxen, a private investigator slash fixer hired by a record mogul, Branes Holland, played by Orlando Jones, to track down one of his singers, Jahari, played by Lala Anthony, who's gone missing. He teams up with Jahari's boyfriend, Money, played by Method Man, while also unexpectedly reuniting with his ex, Gina, played by Gillian White. Jaxen now has to juggle rekindling a personal relationship with the spiraling investigation into Jahari's disappearance. Turns out, even for a smooth troubleshooter like Jaxen, that's a tall order. So what's good about it? The chemistry between Michael Jai White and Method Man is rock solid. When Method Man shows up around the 30-minute mark as the mysterious Money, the movie gets a jolt of life. Not huge, but enough to make you wish these two team up in a better movie. They've got good banter, funny quips are thrown around, and I like Method Man's laid-back charm, which balances White's no-nonsense heroics perfectly. The chemistry is strong and they gel well together. As for the rest of the movie, it's pretty mid. I like that White wanted to go for the retro martial arts meets blaxploitation vibe, which I'm totally about. More movies like this should be made because there are fans like me who would eat it up. They even name drop a few of those classic films in conversations, just to let you know they're aware of the roots.
Hey, remember Superfly? Ron O'Neal was trying to get out of the drug game.
This ain't no fucking movie.
Look, I ain't with that shit. Call me motherfucker if you must.
This ain't a movie, motherfucker.
Thank you. Point is, Superfly didn't just break out. He had a plan. We have to have a plan, Money.
All right, Black Belt Jones, what's the plan?
But let's be real, those older movies are much better. This is as cliche as it gets for these kinds of movies. You know the setup. A cop slash fixer slash private dick is hired by a well-off person who's trying to keep things on the down low. He's not entirely honest and knows more than he lets on about why she's gone missing or kidnapped. Extortion of money is involved, drugs, what have you. The tone of Trouble Man is mostly light with a few laughs, so it never takes itself too seriously. But then you get scenes like this, where it feels like they thought in the moment, let's just improvise and see what we can come up with, and well, this is what they came up with.
Shut your fucking
Broad
mouth and
daylight.
come on.
Are you that stupid?
I got the fucking gun.
Yes, you do.
I'm doing the
I see
talking.
that you have your gun.
Yeah.
But do you have brains?
I'm gonna shoot your
How the fuck-
your ass.
What fucking sense does it make to go all the way downtown with a fucking gun in my face?
You gonna find
You gotta
out.
put it down.
Oof. The acting from Michael Jai White, Method Man, Mike Epps, and Orlando Jones barely above good. Sometimes it feels totally phoned in. And we've seen these guys being hilarious in other better movies. Here, minimal effort was given. The rest of the cast, the secondary characters, some are painful to watch, like it's their first movie, and it shows. Doesn't feel like a cohesive unit. Everyone seems to be doing their own thing. Michael Jai White's love interest in the movie is played by his real-life wife, Gillian White. Her character is kind of intense, all up in his business, so she doesn't add much to the proceeding. It just pauses the action while they try to reconnect. Honestly, I didn't care. But hey, they got to spend some quality time together on set, and I can't fault them for that. I'd say the biggest letdown though was the villain of the piece. She's the head of an Asian gang that doesn't leave much of an impression. They just seem like a mildly irritating obstacle to Jaxen. A stronger, more menacing villain would have raised the stakes, but instead we get a forgettable bad girl who never really challenges him. And speaking of challenging, the CGI in this is horse doo-doo. Their final showdown on a rooftop is all green screen, done on a virtual set. Even a beginner YouTube dabbling in green screen for the first time could have done a better job. And it's not like they lack rooftops in Atlanta, just find one somewhere. Hell, use your production office rooftop. Go on there, point two cameras at the action scene, and voila! It would have been much easier and more believable. And I get it, it's a low-budget movie, but if you can rent a Hummer for your shoot, for your characters to drive around, or give your main character a gigantic apartment, surely you can set aside some money for a one-night rooftop shoot. And are you telling me Keith Sweat money? Because yeah, he's one of the producers on this for some reason. Couldn't cover this? Now, one of the main reasons people watch a Michael Jai White movie, the action, the ass kicking. Will you be satisfied? Sure. People get punched, people get kicked. Is any of it mind-blowing? Nope. Will it impact this character in any way? Nope. He's barely touched the whole time. The fight scene should have been the highlight. They're supposed to be exciting and funny, instead dull and awkward. Bad CGI makes it even worse. Here's the thing. I am a big Michael Jai White fan. Black Dynamite is legitimately one of my favorite movies of all time. When that came out 16 years ago, back in 2009, it hit right in that sweet spot when I was getting into exploitation movies, blaxploitation, and genre movies as a whole. It hit really hard for me. Everything about it was just perfect. Even the 2 seasons of the animated series on the Cartoon Network that came afterwards, I really dug those too. So what I'm trying to say here is that I know Michael Jai White has so much potential. He's proven it. He can be a funny motherfucker when he wants to be, while also kicking your ass into another zip code. The man has the talent and the charisma. He's got this thing, kind of like Fred Williamson back in the day when he was doing his thing with Po' Boy Productions, acting, writing, and directing his movies, much like Michael and his gigantic studios today. I know Black Dynamite is a high bar to rise to again, but I believe he's got a few more like it in him, or at least I hope he does. So would I recommend Trouble Man as a nice Sunday afternoon diversion when you really have nothing else to watch? Sure. Otherwise, I am sure your movie watch list is as big as mine, and you've got plenty of other films to check out before getting into Trouble Man. The movie did have potential. Michael Jai White's comedic chops, solid action scenes, and a cast that should have delivered. It's billed as an action comedy, and yeah, there are some funny moments. The post-credits scenes genuinely made me laugh out loud, like White knew exactly what he was working with and just said, fuck it, I'm adding this. More of that energy would have helped. Visually, it's decent for 2025, but imagine this shot 30 years ago on 35mm, it would have had so much grit and character. A stronger script, better acting, and tighter snappier fight choreographies would have definitely earned a higher grade from me. As it stands, it's just it was a good try, but just not good enough. You can watch Trouble Man on all the major streaming platforms. I'll post the links in the description. So this was my take on Trouble Man. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up so I can get more visibility out there. Subscribe if you haven't, that does help too. Share your thoughts on Trouble Man in the comments below and let me know what's your favorite Michael Jai White movie or which blaxploitation classic would you like to see remade today. As always, thanks for watching and I'll say to you, ciao bye for now.